Hi everyone, it's Tatiana from Twice Upon a Treasure, and I just wanted to share one of my experiments of rooting plumerias, which I got from YouTube, and I can't remember the gentleman that actually I got the idea from, but I did see it on YouTube from a couple folks where they rooted their plumerias in just perlite. So I tried this about a month and a half ago, and I just set them outside. I live in Florida, so it's very hot and humid here. And I just set them out in pure sun for about a month and a half. And then I checked on them, and it actually did work. So I just wanted to show you a few examples. And I recycle everything, so I like to, old water bottles or old containers, juice containers, I save them and make holes on the bottom, and that's what I usually use for my planters. But I wanted to show you, as you can see, hopefully you can see some of the roots. And I like using the clear containers because it's easy for you to see, when the roots come out. So they definitely did root, and hopefully you can see them from this video. I have a few examples here I wanted to show you. This one has a bunch of roots all around. Right there on that side, you can see a bunch of roots. And then the bottom too, it's filled with roots. Here's another one that has a whole bunch of good root system here. You can see those right there. And I'll show you one more. I actually have a whole wagon filled with these. And this was the first time I tried this. I tried maybe like 2 dozen doing them this way. Because usually I don't do them this way. I usually just plant them in dirt, and they do just fine. Dirt and perlite. And they root just fine that way. But as you can see here, like this one has a good root system right there. So today what I'm going to do, and I'm actually not going to leave them in the pure sun. I should have probably had them in like half sun, half shade. So I'm actually going to do that as of today. But what I'm going to do is, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to take one of them and I am going to transplant it. Now that it has roots, I'm going to transplant it into a different container with dirt and perlite. So we'll go ahead and take this one. So what I'm going to do is just kind of squeeze it so that the roots kind of loosen up here. I don't want to destroy the root system. But if we're worried about destroying the root system, what I'm going to do, just not to risk it, I have so many of these containers that I recycle anyways. I'm just going to cut this open. That way I don't have to worry about destroying any of the root system. And then I have a whole bag of these containers anyways, because I save them all the time. And this perlite, actually, you can reuse it also. So it's reusable. It's going to be dirty and stuff, and stained, but it doesn't matter. It's still very usable. So as you can see here, I'll give you a closer look, and hopefully a better look. Those are all roots. A really good, healthy root system from the plumerias. And this is actually, I believe these are all white. The ones that I put in the perlite were all the ones with white flowers. So what I'm going to do now, and it's probably a good idea that you cut the container, because if not, it would have probably gotten a little bit destroyed. So here is another container, and I'll do another video of the little tool that I use, and because it's like a hot tool and I don't know the name of it. But what I do is you heat it up, you know, wash your container out, cut it, and then you just poke holes. Because before I just used like another tool, and I had to just badge it in there, and then half the time the container would bend, and it just was easier with this tool. And I cannot remember the name of it right now, but I'll get the name for you guys, and I'll do a video and show you guys. And then so I'll get a container basically. I always do usually I use the Miracle Grow soil. For this time I am not using Miracle Grow. I just had like just some organic soil I had laying around. But all my soil I always mix with Miracle Grow. I grow a lot of succulents, and I always just like mixing it with Miracle Grow because it just helps with drainage. You always want to also make sure that you have, you know, a container that has drainage holes, because you don't want it to rot. So what I'll do is I will just mix that up in there really good. I will then take the Plumeria, I will sit it right on top there. And once it has roots, you don't want to bury it all the way on the bottom, because that's what it can cause root rot, or where a lot of them can rot, and I do lose some of them like that, where the stem gets really soft and they rot. I mean, I have so many of them that I don't really, it's no big deal if I lose a few. I always take cuttings, you know, and try to, you know, and multiply them, so it's no biggie if I lose a few of them, but and I like these containers. These are actually the ice flavored water containers from Walmart. And they're actually work great just because they're really narrow and slim. And it just, for these Plumeria cuttings, they work great because it kind of holds it in. And I leave it kind of long like this. That way, you know, they don't tip over, and it kind of, you know, holds it up straight, and I don't have to put like a stick up to hold it up. When I use the little planters that I used to get like from the Dollar Tree, just like the little regular planters, I had to always either like put a stick to hold it up, and it was just a pain, and then they'd fall over. So with this, it's actually pretty cool because it kind of holds it up by itself. And if you need to, you can even, actually, if you need to hold it up further, 1 second, and I can show you what else I use. These pool noodles that I get from the Dollar Tree, they're $1. It's like the pool noodles that you would use for the pool. I just cut a little piece of it, and I need a new scissors here because this one's about just not sharp enough, but you can. Well, that's not gonna work, so I should have probably done it before I planted it in there. But like, let's say you needed just some little extra support to hold it in, or just to make sure it kind of doesn't wobble around, you can just put that little pool noodle in there, so it kind of holds it in place. I've done it where I slide it all the way down there and it kind of holds it, or you can leave it up there however you want. So what I'll do now is I'll just give it a nice watering. You know, and then just it'll do just fine, and it'll become a nice little healthy plant. So if you guys have any questions or anything, please feel free to comment, and I will try to answer them for you. And if I don't know the answer, I will try to find it and definitely you know, find the answer if I don't have it. So thank you guys for watching. Again, it's Tatiana from Twice Upon a Treasure, and I do have an eBay store actually where I sell a lot of succulents and plumerias. I don't have any plumerias listed right now just because I'm trying to get my cuttings nice and healthy. I sold out about a couple months ago, so I'm trying to just make some new cuttings. I have some with yellow flowers, white flowers, and hopefully we'll have some with a variety of different colors that I have not had a chance to get cuttings for, because those are still plants. You know, the plants are still kind of growing, but hopefully in the near future I'll have some of those. But I will be very soon posting some white and yellow flowered cuttings. So thank you very much for watching, and you guys have a great weekend. Bye-bye.